hi. Getting ready for short run Comic Festival in Seattle. Time to put together a new catalog for Phoenix Productions. Turn it into a mini comic this time. And hello everyone, it is Tom. We are at a very messy FANzine live today. This is an editor's note because it really should probably be a Phoenix spotlight, but I don't know. I mean, we're going to be talking about the details of the business of promoting your zines. I am getting ready as we speak for the Seattle Run Comix Festival. The purpose of my going out there is to celebrate Steve Willis, his zines, his books, and the completion of the Collected Cranium Frenzy. It just happened to be that my deadline to finish of November 1st coincided with Short Run's date of November 1st. So when I discovered that was the case, I said, Steve, you want to do Short Run? He said, will you go with me? And I said, sure, because of course, going from Ohio to Washington, no problem. So that's all worked out. The reason I am showing you this, though, is that it was time to put a catalog together that talked about where things are at right now with my zines. I've done a couple other catalogs in the past. I did a full-size digest one, largely was my Phoenix Heroes and my Strange Times focus. Then I did a full color one, and that one started to include FANzine and Something in the Water and the like. But this time, obviously, with the inclusion of Collected Cranium Frenzy, Tragedy of Morty, obviously I had to redo my catalog. So I thought, okay, let's do it fast, let's do it easy, and let's do it in a way that people can understand and appreciate. I am trying with this to do a soft launch of what I'm calling 3 sub-labels. The first one is Phoenix Masters, next one is Phoenix Heroes, and the last one is Phoenix Zines. You can tell pretty much by the images what we're talking about here. Phoenix Masters represents, right now, Steve and his work, and you're hearing my dogs probably in the background. So we've got Phoenix Masters with Steve's work, Phoenix Heroes with all the stuff coming out of Heroes Past, Heroes Now, the Patriot books, the hologram books, all of that. That's all here. And then Zines is kind of the catch-all for everything else. So Strange Times will go in there. FANzine will go in there. Anyway, we've got all the material together. I'm literally putting these books together, these zines together, as I talk to you. Got a whole stack of them ready to go. These ones are all set. And these ones are folded but not yet stapled. And then these are my masters from the copy shop. I am fortunate, like super fortunate, to have the best copy shop I know of. And not only do they use fantastic paper, and he uses I asked him, he said it's a 28-pound hammer mill. It is a fantastic quality paper. It is smooth, but it's not totally glossy. It's just gorgeous. So we've got that, and he does the cuts too. He's got an industrial cutter, and I just send him all my stuff, and he just whacks it. Perfect cut every time. I've got beautiful cuts. I've got beautiful looking paper, great copy machine. The blacks come out good. I did some stuff with gradients here, so that's why it looks a little bit off. If you look on this side, I mean, the blacks are great. I was able to play with some grays here. I mean, that's just pitch perfect. So I've got that. Then when I do my folding, and I'll just take this out, this is a 12-page mini comic, or I guess we should say mini zine. I use my bone folder Does a wonderful crease. You do not see any spine breaks when you use a good bone folder and good paper. So we've got that. And then I use my, I guess this is a Boss Stitch stapler. I like this one that goes on the spine. So you just fold it over the top. You can run an 8.5 by 11 down this side because it actually curves. So you can put it in and it'll curve up like so. But for these little mini comics and for my digests, you can put that straight in. It'll be fine. That would be a digest page. You can see tons of space there. I love this thing. It's really heavy duty steel. And then it's a high quality stapler on top. So none of that long stuff. I like it a little more compact, a little beefier. There is a catalog. It is all finished. And now I'm going to show you what's inside. Phoenix Masters, Heroes, and Zines. Something I wish would have come out a little better, and perhaps if I hadn't done the gradients, it would have, is I've got a different gray tone for each of the three. Phoenix Heroes is a 25% gray, Phoenix Masters is a 50%, and Phoenix Zines is a 75%. So each of those has its own. And then we've got the inside. I did a cute little thing on the side with the Phoenix Masters logo here, and then I put in just a real short kind of elevator pitch type thing about what's going on the page. Lists some information about the title in question, in this case, Collected Cranium Frenzy by Steve Willis. I did put a spot illustration in. I love that of Morty sitting in the lounge chair. But then also you can see information about each of the 4 books, what issues are collected, what page, how many pages the book is, what's the size of the book specifically for that first volume, because it is a larger volume, and then who did the forwards. Then I do a quick link tree link at the bottom because that's the ordering information for pretty much everything. I'm running everything I've got through Linktree. So that's the first page. Second page, The Reader, which also is coming out on the 1st of November, as well as The Tragedy of Morty, Prince of Denmark, coming out 1st of November. So volume 4, Collected Cranium Frenzy, and Tragedy of Morty, all coming out 1st of November. If anybody is interested, hopefully the eye goes down and goes, there's the ordering info. Next page, we switch now to Phoenix Heroes. So I got a section on Heroic Heroes Past, the old stuff from the 80s, then Heroes Now Patriot, the 2 volumes of Hologram Counting the Days. I did not put the mini comics in there because I think that the books are the better way to go. And then the 4 volumes or 4 issues right now of Heroes Now. Next one, I switch now from Heroes to Zines, and we do a 2-page spread on the 6 issues that I've gotten print of Strange Times. Quick description of what's in it, how many pages. I do mention when we have mature audience material, because that's of course important. And I love this. Stephen Bissett from Saga of Swamp Thing, Taboo, and Tyrant did a wonderful little promo, a little blurb in support of Matt Levin's Strange Times 3. That means a lot. I mean, he's one of the masters. We continue with Phoenix Zines. I do a whole page on FANzine. So I've got 1, 2, and 3, 3 being the street art issue. And then I do a 5-page or a 5 mini comic piece on Something in the Water. I liked how this turned out. I did issue 1 kind of in a larger size that's somewhat equivalent to what you see in the rest of the book. But then I did the other 4 issues in a smaller, the 4 issues covers in a smaller size, which I think turned out neat. Lastly, you've got the dispatches from the Hudson's Bay Company, the early fur trade. So that gives a little bit of a description. And again, you've got your links at the bottom. Then the last issue, the last page, With the Tide, collection of temporary Morty comics. So that one I had to squeeze in, and it really is a zine, but it is part of Steve's work. So I put it back with the zines, but I put it under the Masters label. Did a half page there because I wanted to give a half page to the United FANzine organization, and I want to see if people can check out the UFO and what it's all about. A whole page on FANzine Live, because you've got to have that. I want people to check out FANzine Live and be able to enjoy that. And then lastly, because Linktree collects all of the different platforms that I have to use, it'd be nice to have only one platform, but I'm using YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, Tumblr. And I've got a website that I didn't even put on here because it's all available at the Linktree account. Got my address and then my email information. A lot of content squeezed in. The only real issue I had was whether or not to put pricing in here. And I chose not to, and instead I've just got links to the website, which then can get people straight out to the ordering information for the books that they want or zines that they want. The nice thing about doing photocopies is I make my quick run. In this case, I think I made like 100 or 150. I will send them out, and if I end up deciding that I do want to put pricing in, the next batch will just have that instead. But maybe this will work. Who knows? That's the fun part of this when you have real small runs and small press. You try, you decide whether stuff works. If stuff does, you keep it going. If it doesn't, you try something else. So anyway, this is Phoenix Productions 25-26 catalog. You've got the 3 sub-labels. You've got FANzine Live. This is my editor's note. I really hope to see everybody who's available and in the area at Short Run on Saturday, the 1st of November. It's at the Seattle Design Center. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's it for now, everybody. Let me know what you think. Tell me about how you do your catalogs, how you promote your books, and let me know what you think of this catalog. Is this one a good one? Are there any suggestions you'd make for my next batch? I'd love to hear them. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to FANzine Live, and tell your friends, because the more friends who watch FANzine Live, the more people are going to be able to see FANzine Live, because that's the way this funny algorithm works. We grow the channel, we grow the community of zine makers and readers, and we all have more fun. Thanks again for watching, everybody. This is Tom. I will catch you next time, or maybe on Saturday at Short Run.